Hello and welcome to Hank Games Without Hank. Today we're taking on Aston Villa in the Premier League to remind you the only way we can guarantee ourselves our first, and only since this is our last season, Premier League title is to win. Not tie, not lose, but win every game from here on out. We've got 8 games left in our Premier League season. 9 games left total in the history of the FIFA 11 Swindon Town Swoodilypoopers. Big, heavy stuff. Today I'm going to do a Google autofill. Why am I? And then we're going to go through the alphabet. Meredith's here with me to help me go through the alphabet, starting with the letter A. That's probably redundant. You guys probably knew that. You're probably keenly familiar with the alphabet. Sorry, I have a 2-year-old. Quick update on the Swindon Town Swoodilypoopers squad. We're playing away today to Aston Villa, by the way. Got Twice as Vice out there on the wing, as well as S. Holden Goldfield, Leroy Williamson anchoring our midfield, and up front, teammates in life and in love, John Green and John Green. One of them used to be named John Bennett, but then they got married and he took his name. Now they're both John Greens. All right, why am I always tired? Well, I mean, it's a physiological thing. I have this suspicion that one of the few things that humans have felt for the last, 40,000 years is tired. One of the few things we really have in common with our ancestors is that they were also always exhausted. But yeah, you're tired because you probably don't sleep enough. But it could be something seriously medically wrong with you. Just kidding. Stop being so hypochondriacal, myself. All right. Oh, it's an opportunity! But it comes to nothing. All right, what's next? Why am I breaking out? That's also just part of being a human. I think people sometimes get very concerned about all of their humanness. Yeah, I mean, having zits is part of being a person. Is there a reason? Is it? I don't think it's. Didn't I read recently that it's not related to eating potato chips and rubbing your face with potato chip oil, like I was told when I was in high school. They were always like, the reason your face is breaking out is because you eat potato chips and then you touch your face. But I think that turns out not to be the case. I think it turns out just to be a human thing. And yes, but I know that acne can be disfiguring and extremely difficult to deal with. Oh, like that situation was. For the vast majority of people, it's just a reality. It's just part of being a person, and it's okay, and it doesn't have any long-term health effects. And everything's going to be fine. All right, what's next? Oh, why am I craving goals? Why am I craving salt? Was the question. Why am I craving? That I don't know. There's probably some terrible medical reason. This is why I should never use Google, Meredith. You're making me. Now I'm craving salt, and I'm wondering if I have some kind of chronic disease. Is that related to diabetes? Because I just, yeah. Oh, God. Now I'm worried. Why am I craving salt? There's another thing, salt and sugar are things that humans just crave. Can you imagine that, we lived without salt for the majority, or at least Europeans lived without salt for most of human history? What were we doing? I mean, and also, for almost all of human history, the only spices were salt and pepper. And they were mostly used to disguise the fact that all of your food was gross because there was no refrigeration. The world is so weird. I mean, I realize that that's kind of a rhetorical thing to say when you're playing FIFA 11 for a living on YouTube. But it's just crazy how much things have changed in the last 100 years. Do you know that 100 years, if someone wanted to Google why am I craving salt, they literally couldn't do it? All right. Even 10 years ago. I remember when I had to use, to be a hypochondriac, I had to use medical textbooks, before all this Google stuff happened, before WebMD. Oh, that was a nice looking ball. But it's going to come to nothing like all effort in this world. What's next? Why am I dizzy? Another health concern. So as someone who has suffered from repeated bouts of vertigo, there are tons of reasons why you might be dizzy, but by far the most likely one is that you have either an infection in your ear or some kind of totally non-serious non-brain tumory kind of vertigo that will get better. And there's a really good drug for vertigo, because I had really bad vertigo a few years ago, and this drug like totally cured it. And Sarah had vertigo when she was pregnant, and the drug, I actually think she couldn't take the drug because of the pregnancy. But then after Henry was born, she could take it, and it also worked for her. So go to your doctor. Don't go to Google. Come on. Don't turn to Swoodilypoopers videos for medical advice, people. That's a terrible plan. What's next? Why am I eating so much? This is, the why am I is really, like, all the questions are, why am I a person? That's, like, what it boils down to. Like, why am I a human being with a body when I wish to be nothing but a spirit? Yeah. What? How could you? I'll tell you what, if putting my knee against another man's knee and doing a little tiny bit of rubbing is a foul in this game, then I don't even want to be a professional soccer player. Yeah, you're hungry all the time because food is delicious, and everything in your evolutionary makeup is telling you to eat as much of it as you can possibly acquire at every possible moment. So, yeah, like, we weren't designed to sit around and play video games. We were designed to be constantly moving and need, 4,000 calories a day, which for many, many, many millennia was pretty hard to come by. So, yeah, that's why you're hungry, is because evolution. Next. By the way, it's 0-0. We've got to win this game. So, everybody, try to focus some positive energy on the Swoodilypoopers here. To be honest, we only had a couple meaningful chances in that first half. We just need to put together a little more offensive action. And mostly what we need is John Greens communicating well with John Greens. All right, what's next? Why am I forever alone? Here's the thing. I mean, like the whole forever alone movement, if you want to be forever alone, oh, it's a goal! It's Santa Claus! You better not. I don't even know the words. It's so rare. You better watch out. You better not pout. You better not cry. I'm telling you why Santa Claus is scoring some goals. Santa Claus! Oh, and I mean, really just on the heels of the holiday season, Santa Claus comes through in a critical moment for the Swoodilypoopers. When the entire season, it must be said, is in doubt. I mean, every game we don't win is a game that Manchester United comes closer to their 20 gajillionth Premier League title. Santa Claus, our center back, says, I will not stand for this, and brings in a beautiful goal. All right, what was happening before? Why forever? So this whole forever alone thing, it seems to me it's a lot of 15-year-olds saying, why am I forever alone? Which is a bold statement to make when you're 15. Or a lot of 30-year-olds, which is also a bold statement. It also imagines that the only way to be unalone is to be in a romantic relationship, which I don't think is true. And I also think that there are lots of people who are in romantic relationships who feel extremely alone. So the idea, ball, John Green. Do you want me to put in D. McGoldrielocks? Is that what you want? Are you craving D. McGoldrielocks in this game? Because he's a finisher. He's a known quantity, and that quantity is finishing. Yeah, I mean, you're not forever alone is the answer. I mean, if you want to be forever alone, you can be. It's not hard, but you're not. And also, do not equate being single with being alone. I was thinking about this recently because of the phrase just friends and more than friends. That phrase implies that, like, romantic relationships are inherently better. That was great defense right there by the Swoodilypoopers. It implies that, like, being just friends with someone is somehow less than being in a romantic relationship with them. That, like, friendship is a continuum that ends with sex, which is an extremely weird thing to think and say, but it's so built into our language that we don't even think about how incredibly strange it is. Yeah, what's next? Why am I getting headaches? Oh, God, there are so many potential reasons. It could be dehydration. It could be lack of caffeine if you're a caffeine addict. There are, but could it also be a terrible life-limiting illness? Yes, it could be. Probably isn't. Oh, that was almost a disaster. We're really walking on thin ice here in the back for the Swoodilypoopers. Yeah, that's the thing. You never know. So maybe you should go to the doctor instead of asking Google. But no, the vast majority of headaches are either tension headaches or migraines. Yeah, so that's the answer. Probably a tension headache or a migraine. Come on. Bald! Yes! Oh, robot. Bald John Green, he gives it all for the team. Upon his mustache we're keen. Bald John Green. Beautiful goal from Bald John Green. Puts us up 2-0. You've got to say the Swoodilypoopers have been on an insane run lately. It's just been bananas. We're winning everything, and we're often winning by more than one goal, which is just, it's not like the Swoodilypoopers. Oh, it feels great. You can score. It doesn't matter because we're up by 2. What's next? Why am I having nightmares? If you're anything like me, it's because you've been watching Homeland. Every night I watch Homeland until 1 o'clock in the morning, and then I have nightmares until 5 o'clock in the morning. I think a lot of times, nightmares are often a way of processing trauma or processing fears, which is why, you get them, they're associated with PTSD and stuff. But, a lot of times it's just because your brain is, oh no, that was a disaster. Oh, I apologize to my friends and family for that terrible, terrible stuff. Oh, what was I thinking? Del Funezo. Schmerg. All right, everything's going to be fine. I like how you guys are celebrating instead of grabbing the ball and taking it back. Yeah, waste all the time you want celebrating. What's next? Why am I in college? I don't know, Meredith. You're in college. Why are you in college? You tell me. I mean, yeah, you're in college because education is usually a good investment, not just in terms of financially, but it's usually a good investment in terms of having a better, more engaged, more connected life with other people. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh. Oh, my whole life flashed before my eyes. My life flashed before my eyes. Oh, that was pure, unadulterated terror. Okay, everything's going to be fine. Just get it out wide. All right, S. Holden Goldfield. S. Holden. Oh. Yeah, I mean, I think you're in college because college, as I have said in previous videos, is usually worth it. I know that it feels like you're sometimes like you're removing yourself from life or spending a lot of money for nothing, but I just don't agree with that. I think life is not purely a financial calculation, and those investments usually pay off in ways that you can't expect. And we are victors. Our opponents squat in shame. 2-1 should have been 2-0, but I got a little lazy at the back. Thank you for watching. 7 Premier League games left in our season. Let's get this done. Best wishes.